We're doing an unboxing today. Come unbox the Labo Gaiac 10 with me. Gotta record this momentous occasion because it actually says on it that it was labeled in Tokyo and the date and my name. So yes, this was a retail purchase. Gaiac 10 is a city exclusive. It's only sold in the Tokyo stores, and in case you end up there is like 6 Labo stores in Tokyo, so you will not have a hard time finding one. But every August to September, you can buy samples of the city exclusives on the Labo website, and I had the opportunity to smell Gaiac 10 last year and I really liked it. I was researching perfumes made by Annick Menardo, who made the perfume here, and I kind of loved how this stays in like her style. So a good perfumer can make perfumes in lots of different styles. Annick Menardo's works that I personally enjoy have like a powdery, dry vanilla in them. It's not very sweet. It's not over the top at all. I'm not saying that they're gourmands, but there's just a way that she works with that vanilla and powder together that is very classy and very easy for me to wear. So I really enjoy that. If you're wondering what other perfumes Annick Menardo has done, in that kind of remind me of Gaiac 10, you could smell Dior's Bois d'Argent. That is one of my favorite perfumes of all time, and it has that same powdery vanilla. It's an iris perfume, but really classy and effortless in its style. I also really loved your Hypnotic Poison, which was also done by her. Again, has a powdery vanilla in it. I discovered Hypnotic Poison last year when I was looking up perfumes with an almond note in it, and that has almond and vanilla and is powdery and is just so beautiful. So those are two that I really like. And then Gaiac 10 was kind of in that same style, not like those two don't smell alike, but there's something in the creation, in the vibe, that really reminds me of Gaiac 10 also. Gaiac 10 still also smells like a Labo perfume, and they are kind of modern and structural and not classic, and they don't they kind of just stand up on their own. Someone said that Gaiac 10 reminded them of Santal 33, and I really don't see that at all. Santal 33 was done by Frank Vocal, and it's very much in his style of perfume, but Gaiac 10 smells like an Annick Menardo perfume to me. So I held on to my sample, and I kind of was on the lookout for a bottle, but not really. But then a trip to Tokyo kind of presented itself. As weird as that sounds, it was kind of a stopover to another place. And so I had one day, I did a ton of shopping. I smelled a lot of perfume, but I knew I had to come away with a bottle of Gaiac 10. So that is exactly what I did. I'll also say that perfume shopping for me is a little bit ruined because I feel like I always want to get the best deal. And when you pay retail, you're definitely not getting the best deal. And the Labo city exclusives are a little bit more expensive than their regular perfumes. So not only am I paying retail for something, I'm paying a premium because it's an exclusive perfume. It's exclusive to that city, and the cost of travel is high too. So I don't know. I don't know if I recommend going the route of collecting all the city exclusives because they will be so expensive. I mean, you can buy unlabeled bottles and secondhand bottles all the time, but I wanted one with my name on it, as weird as that is. And I don't know when I'll have the opportunity to go back to Tokyo. So it also has the Tokyo stamp on it right there. And yeah, so I kind of was like, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to get something to commemorate this trip, and I know I like it and I know I'll use it, and it's not a blind buy. So here it is. Let's open it now. One thing to know about if you end up at a Labo store, they don't really highlight that they're city exclusive there. Like, they don't, have the bells and whistles around the bottle. It's kind of just there on a shelf. And the Labo stores are very, I guess they're like old world looking, and they're purposely made to look like they're gonna fall apart at any second. So Gaiac 10 wasn't like on a special shelf. It wasn't like with a city exclusive sign on top. It was just kind of one of those things that if you know, you know. Oh, thank you. And tissue. So this was wrapped well enough that I could kind of throw it in my suitcase and travel around with it for the next 10 days. They spelled my name right, thank goodness. They do make you like check it 100 times. Whoa, almost dropped it. There it is, Gaiac 10. Should I spray it? Bottled in Tokyo. Oh my god, it's so good. Actually, didn't remember exactly what it smelled like because I finished my sample, but I am happy I have this. So there it is, Gaiac 10 by the Labo, city exclusive. And then the day after, I was in Shanghai, and Shanghai has a city exclusive too, and it's called Mer 55, but I didn't buy that one. I hadn't sampled it, so I didn't know if I would love it, and I'd already spent my perfume budget on Gaiac 10, and I really didn't want to make the trip about perfume. I wanted to make it about just experiencing these new places where I was, and so I didn't just want to buy perfume as souvenirs. I bought other things as souvenirs too, but it was really fun to go into all the perfume stores. I mean, perfume is everywhere, and if you're shopping at all, you will be surrounded by perfume and have access to a lot of it. So that is Gaiac 10. And maybe one day I will be back in Shanghai for Mer 55. But I mean, I can't even, every time I look at this bottle, I'm just remembering, getting it and the day in Japan and the whole trip that followed. So that's exactly what this was supposed to do, and it's doing it. Special perfume unboxing. Bye.